Hello, everyone. Welcome, learn, and explore. I traveled to the UK. I had always dreamed of visiting the UK. For me, the name itself carried a kind of magic. Castles, history, football stadiums, green countryside, and cities full of life. When I finally got my visa and ticket, I felt like I was holding a treasure. I packed my bags with hope, excitement, and a little bit of fear. The journey begins. As the plane landed at Heathrow Airport, I whispered to myself, "This is it. I am in the UK." I looked out of the window and saw the vast network of roads, green fields, and small houses lined up neatly. It was different from everything I had known. The first thing that struck me was the weather. It was cold and cloudy, even though it was summer. I pulled my jacket tight and took a deep breath. The air smelled fresh, mixed with a hint of rain. Exploring different cities. I did not stay in one place. I wanted to see as much of the UK as I could. London. My first stop was, of course, London. I saw the Thames, Big Ben, the London Eye, and Buckingham Palace. The city was full of energy, and I felt like every corner had a story. Oxford. Next, I visited Oxford, the city of dreaming spires. I walked through the university streets, touched the old stone walls, and imagined the thousands of students who had studied there for centuries. Manchester. Being a football fan, I could not miss Manchester. I visited Old Trafford, the home of Manchester United. Standing in that stadium gave me goosebumps. I felt the passion of millions of fans. Edinburgh. I also traveled north to Scotland. Edinburgh amazed me with its castle on the hill, its narrow streets, and the sound of bagpipes. The Scottish air was crisp, and the people were warm and proud of their culture. Cardiff. In Wales, I walked along Cardiff Bay, saw the Millennium Centre, and listened to people speaking Welsh. It was strange and beautiful at the same time. Challenges. Traveling in the UK was not always easy. Everything was expensive, and sometimes I had to survive on sandwiches and cheap noodles. The trains were fast but costly, and I often chose long bus rides instead. The language was another challenge. I could understand English, but the accents in different regions were difficult. Londoners spoke one way, people in Manchester another, and Scots had their own style altogether. At first, I felt shy, but slowly I got used to it. I asked people to repeat. I practiced, and I learned. Moments of growth. One of the most unforgettable experiences was hiking in the Lake District. The hills were green, the lakes calm, and the sheep grazed peacefully. As I stood on top of a hill, the wind blowing in my face, I felt free. For the first time in my life, I realized how small I was compared to the world, yet how strong I could be if I dared to dream. In every city, I met new people, students, workers, tourists, locals. Some were kind enough to guide me, some became friends, and a few even invited me to share a meal. Through them, I learned not only about the UK, but also about myself. Reflections. Living in the UK, even for a short time, changed me. I became more independent. I learned how to navigate trains, buses, and streets I had never seen before. I learned how to manage money carefully. I learned how to speak with confidence, even if my English was not perfect. Most importantly, I learned that dreams can come true if you are patient and determined. Returning home. When my time in the UK came to an end, I felt both happy and sad. Happy because I had seen and learned so much. Sad because I was leaving behind a part of my heart. As my plane took off, I looked down at the green fields one last time and whispered, "Thank you, UK. You will always be a part of my story." Back home, when people asked me, "How was the UK?" I smiled and said, "The UK is not just a country. The UK is history, culture, challenges, and dreams. And now, the UK is also a part of me." Thank you for watching this video. Watch more videos, subscribe this channel.